Welcome to this Yin Yang yoga class where we're going to focus on detoxifying our body and mind. Let's come to a comfortable seated position. Make sure you have some pillows next to you. And the only thing you need is your yoga mat. We're going to start with a breathing technique, which is called the Kapalabhati breath. And this type of breath is aimed at emptying the lungs from the residual air that is often stuck due to a superficial breathing pattern. So many of us breathe higher up in the chest, especially when we are in stressful circumstances. And when we're only using the tip of the lungs, we're not using our full lung capacity and therefore not getting enough oxygen in our blood. So this type of breath, the Kapalabhati breathing technique, aims at emptying that residual air from the lungs. We are going to keep our mouth closed, and I'm going to count. I'm going to count for 1, 2, 1, 2. And when I say 1, you pull the navel in and you push out the air from the nose, like you're blowing your nose. So you're doing that at the same time while pulling in the navel. And the in-breath flows naturally by itself. So we're only focusing on the exhales. So try to sit upright, lift your crown towards the ceiling. And for now, focus on your natural breath. Close your mouth. Breathing in for a count of 4. And breathing out for a count of 4. Inhaling, opening the chest, the belly expands. And exhale, the belly and chest sink down. Breathing in and breathing out. Last normal breath. Breathe out, emptying the lungs. Then breathe in normally. And when you exhale, pull the navel in. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Continue. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Only the belly is moving. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale fully, letting the chest expand. Hold the breath. And fully exhale. Breathing in for a count of 4. And breathing out for a count of 4. Breathe in deeply. And exhale, prepare yourself for a second round. Inhale normally. And pull the navel in. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Fiercely breathe out through the nose. So really push out the air. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Last couple of times. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath. And exhale deeply. Breathing in for a count of 4. And breathing out. And let your natural breath come back again. Becoming aware of your sitting posture. While keeping the eyes closed, we're going to circle our upper body to already massage our organs and awakening the spine. You can make circles clockwise. On an inhale, pushing your chest forward. And on an exhale, rounding the spine, bringing the chin to the chest. So inhale, expanding the front of your body. And exhale, rounding the back. And try to exaggerate a little bit here. Really looking or pushing your chest and back, expanding and contracting. 2 more breaths on this side. Last inhale, pressing the chest forward. And exhale, round. And then switch from the other side. Different direction. Inhaling for a count of 4. And exhaling for a count of 4. 3 more times. Last 2. Last 1. Feeling the opening in the hips. And come all the way up to a seated position with the back straight. Inhaling, lifting the arms up. Going to a side stretch. Put your left hand down on the floor or your elbow. And stretch your right arm overhead. Feeling a nice stretch in the whole right side of the body. Breathing in for a count of 4. And breathing out for a count of 4. Already targeting a few of our detox organs. The gallbladder working together with the liver. Flowing on the whole side of the body. Especially the hip area where you feel the opening here. And the small intestine meridian line flowing from the little finger all the way down to the neck. Try to relax your shoulders. Rotate your upper body towards the ceiling, looking up. Last breath here. And then when you inhale up, raise the arm up, we're going to a twist. So placing your right arm, your right hand on your left knee. Inhaling, opening the chest, lifting up your crown towards the ceiling, and exhaling, looking to the back of the room. Inhaling, lengthening, and exhale, go a little bit deeper. Inhaling up with pressing your sitting bones down, and exhale. 2 more breaths. And after your next exhale, come back to the front, inhaling both arms up again, making the side stretch on the other side. Placing your right hand down, stretching the whole left side. lifting the chest up towards the sky. And try to let your left sitting bone sink down into the floor. Letting your breath and the stretch melt together. Making space on every inhale. And see where you can let go on the exhale. One last breath. And then on your inhale, lift the left arm up again and go to the twist on the other side. Placing your hand on your right knee, lifting the crown up. Inhale and exhale, rotate. Inhaling up. Exhale a little bit deeper. Inhaling up and twist. Really pressing your hand into your knee. 2 last breaths. And then on your exhale, come back to the center and come to hands and knees. To a tabletop position with your wrist below the shoulders, shoulder width apart, your knees hip width apart. And let's make some cat stretches. So inhale, hollowing the back. Exhale, round, relaxing the head and the neck. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhaling, opening the chest and the throat, lifting the hips up. Exhale, pressing the hands and knees into the floor. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. 2 more times. Inhaling up. Exhale it down. Inhale. And exhale, come to a neutral spine. Then raise your right leg up. Inhale. And open here the hip. So bend the knee. And exhale, place your foot towards the buttock. We're going to inhale, raise the leg up, pointing the toes. Exhale, flex the foot and bring the heel to the buttock. Inhaling up, really opening the hips. And exhale, bend the knee. Keep looking down towards your hands. Inhaling up. And exhale down. Last time, inhale up. And exhale. And then bring your knees together again, letting your right knee sink down to the floor. Continuing with fire hydrants, still working on the right side of the hips, the glutes. We're going to lift the right leg up to a 90-degree angle, so sideways, working the outside of the glutes. So keep it there, inhale deeply. And when you exhale, you bring the knee back down to the floor, but you let it flow above the floor. Inhaling up, sideways, keeping the foot flexed. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale up, engaging your core muscles. And exhale down. Inhale up, try to raise the knee as high as you can. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Now raise the knee up. Inhale. Stay here. And keep lifting up and up and up and up. 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 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and sink it down again. If you want, you can make a child's pose to have a break for a few breaths here. Continuing to the other side, coming back to hands and knees. This time lifting first the left leg straight to the back, bending the knee, exhale, heel towards the buttock. Inhaling up, exhale, heel down. Inhale up, keeping the knee lifted as high as you can, exhaling down. Inhale while continuing pulling the navel in, neutral spine, exhale down. Inhale up and exhale. Last time, inhale up and exhale, dropping the knee down, going to raise sideways, inhaling up and exhaling down, letting the knee flow above the floor, inhaling up and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale up and exhale. One more time. Inhale sideways, exhale, flex the foot. Inhale sideways, stay there for small movements. So up, 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 up. Try to not sink down in the right hip, so keeping the hips stacked. Continuing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring the knees down again. For child's pose for a couple of breaths here. Relaxing the hips. Warming up the glutes. Activating here again the gallbladder and liver meridians for the active part of the class. During the last part of the class in the yin poses, we're going to stretch those muscles, releasing toxins, detoxifying the body. Now we have a couple of activating exercises to go. Also one last hip exercise. You can come back to hands and knees for donkey kicks. So you're gonna let the left knee stay on the ground. Raise the right foot up and keep it there. Also the knee lifted as high as you can with a neutral spine. So if you tuck the navel in a little bit, the hollow in the back becomes a little bit more neutral, so a little less hollow in the back. Squeeze your glutes and then you're gonna kick up your foot through the ceiling for small kicks. So kick up, 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 engaging your hamstrings, keep pushing up. And try to look down, lengthening the neck in one straight line with your spine. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring the knees back together again. Switching sides. Left knee all the way up as high as you can. Flex the foot and continue. Being aware of your posture at all times. Try not to sink down in the lower back. Keeping your hands firmly on the floor. Arms with a micro bend. Keep pushing up, 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 up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then place the knees down again and bring the knees as wide apart as you can, maybe as wide as the yoga mat, and let the hips sink down to the heels for a wide-legged child's pose. Also targeting the liver meridian here on the inside of the legs, working together with the gallbladder as two of the most important organs to detoxify the body. Neutralize, relax. Sending a few last breaths to the inside of the thighs. Coming back to all fours, back to hands and knees. Bring your feet and your knees hip width apart, curling the toes and the back of the yoga mat, coming up, pushing up for downward facing dog. Bending one knee at a time. Spreading the fingers, lifting the sitting bones up to the sky. Pressing the armpits to the floor. Stretch those hamstrings. Gradually walking the feet to the front of the yoga mat. Come to stand in between your hands. On an inhale, lifting the chest, look towards the horizon. And exhaling, looking towards your knees. Feet are underneath the hips. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling up, halfway. Exhaling, folding down. Inhaling up, lifting the chest. Exhale, fold forward and stay here. If you want, you can grab your elbows and let your upper body dangle. Equally distribute the weight on your feet. Maybe letting your weight sink a little bit more to the front of the foot, of both feet, to the toes. Letting your head drop fully, relaxing the neck, making space between each vertebra. Aware of your breath. Exhale fully, if you wish, through the mouth for a couple of times. Releasing any tension in the spine and in the neck. Last 2 breaths. And then when you exhale, release the hands, the arms, and roll up. When you inhale, 1 vertebrae at a time. Pressing your feet firmly into the floor. And come to stand in one straight line at the front of the yoga mat. Bringing the big toes a little bit together, the heels slightly apart. When you inhale, you can raise the shoulders up, rotate them on the back, and pressing them away from the ears. Preparing for sun salutation, A. Exhale fully. And then inhale, raise the arms up, looking between your thumbs. Exhaling, folding forward with your legs straight. Inhaling, looking to the horizon. And exhale, step back to a plank and come down slowly with your elbows pressed in. Inhaling, lifting the chest, upward dog. Exhaling, curling the toes back for downward facing dog. Inhaling for a count of 4. And exhaling for a count of 4. If it's comfortable for you, you can still keep bending the knees. Also, an alternative for downward dog is to come to a child's pose. Last 2 breaths here. Last inhale. When you exhale, bending the knees, looking between your hands. Inhaling, step forward, lifting the chest. Exhaling, folding down. Inhaling, come to stand. Looking between your thumbs again. Exhale, hands alongside your legs. Inhaling up, circling the arms up, look up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, step to the back. Come down. If you want, you can use your knees. Inhaling, lifting the chest, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in for a count of 4. Breathing out. Pressing the heels down in the armpits. Lengthening the whole back side of the body. 3 more breaths. Last inhale. While you exhale, bend the knee and step forward. When you inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, knees, nose to knees. Inhaling, come to stand. And exhale, bring your arms down again. One last time. Inhale, rotate the arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling, look up. Exhale, step or jump to a plank, come down in chaturanga. Inhaling, lifting the chest. And exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here and then lift your right leg up to the sky. Inhale. And bend the knee, heel to the buttock. Inhaling up, doing that 3 times. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhaling up. Exhale, bend the knee, opening the hip. One last time, lengthening up, and then step your foot forward next to your right thumb. Pivot your left heel in the floor. So feet are on opposite directions. Inhaling your left arm up to the sky for extended side angle stretch. Your right elbow can be on the knee or your hand on the outside of the right foot. Staying here for 5 breaths. Opening the chest to the sky. And try to distribute the weight on both feet. Letting the small toe of the left foot sink down. Rotate your chest to the sky and look up underneath the armpit. When you exhale, look down. And then on inhale, come up to a warrior 2. Extending the arms horizontally to the floor. And looking forward over the middle finger. The right knee over the heel. And the left leg straight. Trying to push your hands away from each other and ripping the yoga mat apart with your feet. 2 more breaths. Your next inhale, place your hands on the outside of your front foot. And exhale, step it back to a downward facing dog, lifting the hips up. 1 deep inhale here. Letting both heels drop to the floor when you exhale. Switching side, left leg up. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhaling up, keeping the hip open. And exhale, bend the knee. Inhale up. And see if you can bring that knee a little higher up. Last time, inhale up, stepping your left foot forward next to your left thumb. Pivot the right foot down. Inhale, other arm up. And make one straight line with your right leg and arm. Palm of the hands facing down. Pressing your shoulders away from your ears. 3 more breaths. Trying to extend the arm, making length on every inhale. Opening the chest further when you exhale. Last breath. On your inhale, opening to a warrior 2. Coming all the way up and sinking down in the hips. Sinking down in the front knee. Feeling proud as a warrior for 2 more breaths. And then on your next inhale, place the hands in front of the yoga mats. Exhaling back to a downward facing dog. Inhaling, pressing your chest forward to a plank position. Shoulders above the wrist. Exhale, coming down. Maybe you want to use your knees. Inhaling, lifting the chest, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 deep breaths here. And then again, when we inhale, we're going to raise the right leg all the way up. Here, bend the knee and placing your foot down. Inhaling, lengthening up and step your right foot forward next to your right thumb. This time, come up all the way to a warrior 2. Hands horizontally. And we're going to practice the dancing warrior. So when we inhale, we're going to reverse the warrior. Left hand to your left knee. Exhale, coming back to a warrior 2. Inhale, right elbow, extending the left side. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhaling, reverse. Legs stay in the same position. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhaling, extended side angle stretch. Exhale, warrior 2. Last time, reverse your warrior. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Then straight both knees, or lengthen both legs. Inhale, right arm forward for Trikonasana. Reach out and then bring the arms above each other. Placing the whole backside of your body to an imaginary wall. Keep breathing in for a count of 4. And out for a count of 4. Make sure your feet are stable on the floor. Spreading the toes, ripping the yoga mat apart with your feet. Lifting the chest when you inhale. Reach the arms away from each other. And reach the crown away from your sitting bones. 2 last breaths. Next time, when you exhale, look down. Place your hands alongside your front foot. Inhaling, step back to a downward facing dog. And exhale, pressing the heels down. 1 breath here. Then lifting the left leg up, doing the same thing on the other side. Exhale, bending the knee, stay here. Inhaling, lifting the foot up. Exhale, stepping forwards. Inhaling, coming to a warrior 2, extending the arms. And exhale here. Coming to a reversed warrior. Inhale. Look inside your arm. Exhale, coming down. Inhaling, extending the side of the whole body. Exhaling back to warrior 2. Inhaling reverse. Exhaling warrior 2. Inhaling elbow to the knee. Exhale warrior 2. Inhaling reverse. Last time. Exhale warrior 2. Then lengthen both legs. Inhale, reach out with your left hand. Exhale for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Look up, inhale, stretching the arms away from each other. Exhale, lift the chest up to the sky. Inhale, exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale. 2 last breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, look down, placing your hands next to your foot. Inhale, downward facing dog, lifting the hips. Exhale, pressing the heels down. Last vinyasa, inhale, come forward to a straight plank position. Exhale, folding down. Inhaling up. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here or come to a child's pose. And then from here, we're going to bring our right knee to the front of the yoga mat. To the right wrist, we're going to a swan position. Bring your right foot a little bit to the left side of the yoga mat. So the right knee is at the right side of the mat and the left foot a little bit to the left. Letting the hips sink down and walk your back foot a little bit more to the back. First, coming to a proud pigeon pose. So in the Yang yoga tradition, this pose is called the pigeon. And in the Yin tradition, it's called the swan. Lifting your chest up for a couple of breaths. Maybe you can come all the way to the fingertips. Opening the front side of the body, opening that right hip. Last couple of breaths. And then letting the upper body sink down, folding forward. And some people really need some support here, especially during the yin part of the class, where we're going to hold the poses for a longer time. You can place a pillow underneath your right buttock, under the right hip. Some people feel pain in the left knee. Make sure you have something soft underneath it. Maybe you want to rest your upper body on a pillow. Make sure you can relax the face by resting the forehead on something. You can also rest your forehead on your hands. Make sure you can stay here in a still position, letting your body rest, feeling the opening in that right hip and thigh. Again, targeting the meridian lines of the liver and the gallbladder. The liver is situated at the right side of the belly, in the right side, so to say. And it's one of the most important organs that we have. It has several vital functions. It produces all kinds of essential substances like fats or proteins. And it makes sure that poisonous substances like medicine or alcohol get eliminated by purifying our blood. It also has the function to store blood and plays an important role in our energy management. And for many of us, our modern lifestyles demand a lot from the liver when we drink a lot of coffee and alcohol or eat food that is full of artificial flavoring, for example, or coloring, or a lot of sugar. They will make sure that the liver has to work very hard to purify the body from those substances. And then it has less time to perform the other functions that I just named. So it's very important once in a while to give that liver a break. You can very easily do that by drinking more water and eating more biological food, and try to limit your coffee and alcohol intake. According to traditional Chinese medicine, each organ is also connected to certain emotions. And when we are targeting the meridian lines that are connected to organs, we also get the chance to detoxify ourselves from stuck emotions. And in this light connecting to the liver, we are talking about anger and resentment, frustration or bitterness or irritation. So it's not unusual during exercises like this that those emotions can come up. And the exercise is to breathe through whatever we experience. I'm gonna stay here for one last minute. Focusing on the breath. And maybe imagining that you purify your body on every in-breath. Being able to let go of toxins when you exhale, whether they are physical, mental, or emotional. Last few breaths. Preparing yourself to come up again, walking your hands towards you, placing them underneath the shoulders, and then pressing yourself up, freeing your right hip by bringing the knees next to each other. Staying here on all fours, you can make some cat stretches if you wish, or if you feel like making some yang movements in between, you can come to a downward facing dog, or you might prefer to come to a child's pose. So really feel where your body wants to go before we switch to the other side. Taking some rest. Feeling the difference between the right side and the left side of the hips and the legs, the inner thighs. Coming back to hands and knees, switching to the left side, bringing the left knee towards the left wrist. And walking your front foot a little bit to the right side of the yoga mat, walking the right knee to the back, grabbing everything you need to come to, in the end, comfortable position. We're going to stay here first for 5 breaths in an activated pigeon pose. Maybe you can come all the way on the fingertips, lengthening the front side of the body, and at the same time letting the left hip drop down. Sending your breath all the way to the left hip. For 2 more deep breaths. And then letting your body sink down to the floor, coming first maybe at the elbows. Maybe that's the right position to stay. Or if you can go deeper, come all the way down. Make sure you let your head rest upon something. Taking your time to make yourself comfortable. And if these hip openers go too deep, there's always an alternative. Like we have done before in the class, you can also come to an eye of the needle, laying down on the back with one foot on a knee, and then grabbing your knee towards you, letting the hip drop open, the knee drop open. So keep checking in with yourself. If there is any pain, you can come out of the pose and take an alternative, targeted at opening the left hip. Still working on that liver energy, the meridian line, and the gallbladder. Imagining making space on every in-breath and detoxify your body, your mind, and emotions on every out-breath. Surrendering. Letting go of each muscle at the targeted areas where you feel the stretch, but also in the whole body, the face, the arms, the hands. Training ourselves to be mindful also in positions that are uncomfortable. Keeping our focus, our attention inward while breathing through the sensations. For one last minute here. And keep observing the mind. Where does your attention flow? Is it in your body or going to thoughts? Gently bring your attention back each time where you feel the mind is drifting away. Preparing yourself to come out of the pose by walking your hands towards you again. Coming back to hands and knees, pressing yourself up, making movements that feel right for you at this moment. So either some cat-cow stretches or some free-ranging cow positions by moving naturally in the way that your body tells you to. Maybe you want to rest in a child's pose for a few breaths here, feeling again the balance or the difference between the left and the right hip. Maybe stuck energy that is flowing freely now, feeling some tingling sensations or warmth or cold through the hip area and the legs. And the next position is the Sphinx pose, where we lie on our bellies. So you can bring your upper body forward and lengthen the legs, bringing the big toes a little bit together, letting the heels drop apart. Placing the elbows underneath the shoulders, relaxing the hands and letting your head drop. Targeting the kidney organs lying in the lower back. Really trying to relax that lower back here by dropping the navel to the floor. Releasing the buttocks. Releasing all the muscles in the hip area and legs. And together with the bladder, the kidneys are responsible for detoxifying our body juices, representing the element water in traditional Chinese medicine. And also here, observe where your attention flows to. Is it in your body, or is the mind somewhere else? Remembering that where we focus on, their attention and energy flows to. So is your attention here in this moment, in the now? Or is it in the past or in the future? And can you gently bring your awareness back to the present moment? The emotion that is connected to the kidney meridians is fear. And contrary to fear, there is faith and freedom. So in this exercise, we become aware of any sensations in the lower back. And we get a chance to release any stuck emotions, especially in this time of the corona crisis. Many of us live in fear. And that demands a lot also from the kidney organ. Being able to observe our emotions, to be with them, and to let them go is what we do in Yin Yoga. Breathing in faith and breathing out all the fear and all the stuck energy in the lower back. Doing that for one last minute. Where is your attention right now? And gently come out of the pose by making a pillow of your hands, letting your cheek or your forehead rest on your hands. Letting the chest sink down in the floor. Becoming aware of the whole breathing area from the lower belly to the chest. Expanding on an inhale into the floor. And releasing, relaxing on an exhale. Feeling the sensations in your lower back, stuck energy, maybe able to free itself. Preparing yourself to press yourself up one last time. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. Coming to your hands and knees. Come to lay on your back in your last pose Shavasana. If you're cold, put a blanket on top of you. And important to take the time to let the body rest. And integrate all the poses from the Yang and the Yin exercises. Inviting you to release the legs and the feet. Making them heavy. Relaxing your lower belly. And letting your natural breath flow in and out. Taking all the space that you need to fully rest your shoulders and arms. Bringing the palms of the hands up to the sky. resting your head on the floor, inviting you to relax all the muscles in the face. Staying here for as long as you wish. Namaste.